Samuelson and Co have been watching the demos, and
that was one of the things that they even mentioned G2 after that matchup was like, yeah, it's kind of crazy that this is a style that we don't always play against, so you have to be prepared for so many different things that aren't typically on your mind at their level of competition. So maybe fnatic gets tripped up by that just a little bit. Execute heavy, though, in this pistol round at the very least. Upper bomb site, Molotov rains down into the bomb site. Majors ready to go. Top hut burned out, but mezii's inside the site.
down the vent here.
Ooh.
Yeah, lower side. Nobody home right now for fnatic.
Free.
Bomb should go down, so this is likely to be a 5-on-5 retake.
And they're leaving XANTARES outside just to try and cut those rotations and activate. Lay it on. He had a very quiet game on the second map.
There's no kit, there's no smoke on fnatic, so this is going to be an extremely difficult, if not impossible.
That's why. I wonder why we weren't catching all the action. Well, it makes sense now. Here we go. Calyx and mezii, 1 for 1. And Major's just going to hold the double doors with them all.
Oh, he's flustered. Hugo, that is.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Door's coming open with a flash here, I think.
Well, flash goes out. nicoodoz looking to hold off and fend off this attack back in, but Major and Amor, they're getting the picks, and now they have to find Major just running around the corner. Pulls out the clock, but yeah, the time.
They got to get out of there, man.
They have to run away.
Yeah. Wow, way too late. Overcooked the pooch, I think is the official terminology right there.
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, that's the issue with no smoke, no kit of any kind. You're really running it low. And even with all the kills going your way, even getting a fantastic double from KRIMZ to kick that retake off, everything being positive for fnatic in the retake, just no time left.
Okay, well...
spicy.
Yeah, at least they kept Roy alive with the dualies, so look, we're going to look at that as a bit of a positive.
There is
here,
that.
Aren't we?
There are the dualies still in play.
There's something there, for sure.
I know Jason is always a massive fan of the dual Berettas. You know, he never has enough to say about them here. But with that saved armor, we're going to see some upgrades. Roy's going to get himself into a bit of head armor, an MP9 in his hands, 1 for KRIMZ as well. Deagle, CZ, and a Scout. So still a pretty potent second round for fnatic here.
It's nice, too, when you get, I mean, with those saved armor as well, you get the Scout with a bit of armor on it as well for nicoodoz.
It's a luxury.
Yeah, you don't normally have that kind of a benefit. He's got to be living the dream.
Oh, for the majority of the start of Overpass, Eternal Fire were winning most of the opening fights, still losing a lot of them. Well, let's see if that story can continue to pan out here. Eternal Fire off to the team that can get off to some good starts. fnatic still have a pretty potent force buy option here. This could go the other way.
XANTARES does have a lot of space and is somewhat undetected, right?
Yep.
You can see that there are players towards lower hoping and willing that he does come in towards this trap, and the molly will give away his presence at least.
Yeah, one playing anti-flash also, just staring into the wall, so a decent amount of resources for fnatic down low.
2 MP9s, they're not losing that. Like, maybe they lose 1, but they should be getting the other FASHR. You are dead, mate. How's he picked that off?
No.
He's got a kill, and nicoodoz as well chimes in. And 2 for 2 across the board. Still a 3v3 with 50 seconds left.
Up the vent?
Yeah, those MP9s are so out of position. Surely you don't go for the... Ooh, crazy man, KRIMZ. Shut down by Calyx.
Yeah, KRIMZ was pretty incredible over in the last map, but Roy flies up this time with his little mini bulldozer, finds himself a kill on Calyx. And nicoodoz is upgraded into an AK. He's got Kevlar and health to play with here too.
Yeah, but he's the only one who can go for something. Roy's way too low, so nicoodoz has to open it up for Roy to even consider going for this round.
Well, Eternal Fire throwing a couple of these kind of rounds away in the past, and on the previous map, we'll see how this one goes. Time will start to tick. nicoodoz is creeping up. XLOT does see him before nicoodoz turns to his position.
Save.
And that will be a safe call indeed from Roy. Gets away with a Galil.
I would have loved that AK, really, wouldn't they? But you can hear that yell.
There's another one in mini, if Roy can actually make it, although the bomb radius is going to be a bit of a pain. And also, the Eternal Fire players also realizing that there's
quite a few obstacles all on the way.
Yeah, there's a valuable weapon that he could be going for, so they shut that down quick.
On the bright side, the dualies are still in play.
Beautiful.
There we go, Chad. We're going to keep track of that one. Another round where they come through.
Someone should get dropped them here, surely. Looks like mezii currently has them equipped here, but that was a round where there was a chance, right? That double stack towards lower didn't bear any fruit, right? They're coming up the vent as well. It's one of the least optimal ways to rotate back in towards that top site. And XFly, that was the kill that mattered the most.
Yeah, too many angles to check, right? Like, you have to take a risk somewhere, and clearing out that vent just gets caught.
Story of my life.
Yeah.
Too many angles.
Too many angles.
Kurt. 90 degree.
Obtuse.
You've got them all.
Acute.
Do you know Kurt angle?
A Kurt angle, no. But I know it.
Sorry, Dinko. He was a wrestler.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's fine.
Wrestling kind of started to... I think WWE was like too expensive for me growing up or something. I think it went pay-per-view and I only had the action figures.
Yeah, see, for us it was WWF, and they had to change name because they stole it from the animal activist group, right?
Yeah.
So,
World Wildlife Foundation.
And we got
nice.
we got the F here in Pro League as well, right? For fun. So, Foundation, fun.
Go.
Well, Mac-10 leading the way. Major's having fun, jumping around, clearing things out. There goes the rifle saved by fnatic. And this one's pretty much done, but the dualies chime in.
Oh, okay.
The dualies have done something here. Maybe a little bit more up from mezii.
They're still quite slow about this, aren't they? The flank's coming quite quickly.
He could swing. He could deny this bomb plan. There's no way to trade it, so he just goes back behind the door again. And now comes mezii down the ramp.
Boys, not like this.
Oh, that is painful. That is a rough way to potentially lose a round because KRIMZ chimes in also. He drops the AK down the vent, picks up another one. Now they've got some weapons.
This is horrible. Eternal Fire finally getting one kill back, but mezii's trying to shoot at range, and the Jewel Barrette is, sure, acted as a distraction, but it's the rifle of nicoodoz that gets everything done. That is a ridiculous round to lose if you're Eternal Fire.
I chalk that up to the dualies. One kill, a little bit of a distraction as well.
100%. Carried through from the pistol. So much impact. And, wow, can you believe it? Hooksy can't. He's sitting by. He's seen the eco come through. He's in disbelief. Look at it. He's cheering for his old Copenhagen Flames boys. Now, can we get the man who was observing that round on the camera when we can, Max? Because you're going to have to make up for everything he missed right there. Don't want to put him under the bus, but, you know, it is Nuke. It is hard.
Yeah, he has been thrown under the bus here.
He picked a challenging map to go for it.
Hugo, do you know how to use the mic, mate?
Hello, can you hear me?
There we go.
Will you say you were happy with that last round?
Look, the pistol was my low point, so it's all up from there. You know, I'm just trying to figure out what keys do what, but I'm gaining a whole new appreciation.
How are you dealing with
for
the flashbangs?
I'm not blinded yet. I have a light on for your viewing pleasure. But give me a few rounds. I'll warm up, I'm sure. I got Rush here, an MC telling me what to do. It could be worse.
All right, Hugo, we'll leave you to it.
Good luck.
It's good to have so many interns in the building, isn't it?
Yeah, trying a bunch of new things, seeing where they're going to fit into the company.
Well, this is a late play towards Yard here, and with only one smoke in play for Immo, I feel like they're going to want to fight around towards Heaven, but the issue is nicoodoz has this AWP. Oh, top split.
Yeah, well, FASHR's hearing that above him. He's calling to his teammates to try and hold. And mezii will do exactly that from Heaven. He gets a double. KRIMZ chiming in. It's looking very good right now for fnatic. Just Major left. He'll start to come back in.
That looked dangerous for a moment for how clean it's turning out to be right now.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't think that was spotted. Major sees him, and now he's giving away his position. Nothing for him to do. 35 seconds. Hit falls flat. fnatic's going to tie things up, and they do it cleanly as well. 5 people alive. Money builds up. Looking good.
Yeah, I think coming into this, the conversation was the fact that fnatic haven't played Nuke all that often, right? They played it one time the last 3 months. It was against Vitality back at Katowice. They lost it 16-13. Was Eternal Fire? Sure, they play against some weaker opponents, but they have a bit more experience on the map as of late.
But this is what happens when you don't get to play in all the same tournaments, right?
Exactly,
so they didn't get the good graces of getting to play at the start of the year and get their reps in. Katowice for them was one of the first times we have them on the screen. Same situation with Cloud9, and we saw what they did yesterday against G2, right? So I feel this is the thing. We're obviously still in the ramp-up phase of the year, but this is what Pro League is great for. We have so many different teams, 32 in total across these 5 weeks of play, and we're going to get a better
matchups
look.
you don't normally see. You get to see the thoughts they've been working on through the break as well.
So more matches.
Yeah, but even when the teams aren't playing during the week, right, they're still practicing back home. So we're still getting 5 weeks of practice coming in for every team involved in the circuit. So it's definitely a good time to see some of the teams shape up in the season.
I talked to Nafany in the elevator last night after
bet he was happy.
their big win. No, he actually didn't look at it at all. He was very stoic, and I even said, I was like, "That's a great win." He's like, "Yeah, just one win. No, like we have nothing."
Good attitude.
Yeah, he was very, very level-headed about it. He looked good individually yesterday as well in that G2 match.
Yeah, he's doing very well in this tournament. Playing very aggressive.
Oh, okay, KRIMZ.
And KRIMZ right through the smoke. Takes down the big man even more.
Well, they managed to get the Galil back at least, but nobody has any armor, so it's hard to see how Calyx is really going to wield this. They have the Deagle and XANTARES, which I think is more likely to be the fire starter here, but Squeaky's closed for at least another 20 seconds with that smoke.
Rough part is no utility. You don't even have like a flashbang to give someone like a half second on a shot or to take an angle away to give you some space to work with. So, I mean, this is eventually just going to be them waiting out the fnatic defensive utility. And obviously, as we could see, re-aggressing towards ramp room.
Look at this little whack-a-mole combo. KRIMZ in the back box baiting for Roy, who's going to pop up. Might not need a bait.
Go for the ace.
Get it.
Come on, KRIMZ.
Give him the sauce.
There he goes. There's the chance.
He's going to run. Don't give him...
Yeah, he's just going to run away, isn't he?
What a jerk.
He might come back.
Nah.
Might be a bit of a knock and run on A.
Nah,
he's going to die to FASHR right here.
Chad, when you're the last player alive and the guy you're going up against is on for the ace, you go the other direction, don't you?
Great to hear Warcry coming in.
Who was that? Is that a wounded animal in the studio?
I don't know.
Sorry, guys, just left my mic open.
He was happier with that round, I guess, then. All right. Well, poor Madja here is going to have to operate with just a Tech 9. Now, we have seen it work to some great efficiency if it's in the hands of Hunter or Electronic. Electronic was beasting with it in recent history. But Eternal Fire here not operating with full guns by any stretch of the imagination. So round number 6 is going to be still on the difficult side of things for them.
Would love to see XANTARES activate a bit more. 1 kill so far. Goes for a peek at Silo.
Back-to-back rounds for fnatic with 5 players alive also.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nothing behind this smoke wall. It's all a bit of a ruse here. So XANTARES puffing up his chest. They're going to start to fade. He's going to have to get a real move on. And nicoodoz might hear some steps here.
He should be good for this. Keep walking down secret. AWP will let out a big rip.
Surely he stays passive, right? He doesn't have any utility, maybe? Ooh,
Here
dicey.
he goes. It's XANTARES. He loves to get aggressive. And he'll walk right into the orb.
But he has to. Think about they use 3 smokes, 2 mollies to get that space. If he doesn't force a rotation, or if he doesn't know if a rotation's come in, it's kind of useless. Him dying also seemed kind of useless.
Well, I just remember the last time he got down there, he tries to throw that little bit of a fake. Good entrance provided from Calyx, and he's got a lot of room to work with in this upper bomb site. No one from fnatic home, so it looks like another retake on the cards.
So the information has paid off here to at least get them in towards A. Nice shot, and now a chance.
Oh, this could be the play. That could be the winner. The late flank from Major.
He does love a good late flank coming in for a while. His teammates need to hold for it to be effective. And more is gone for 1, but KRIMZ is just on another level right now. Another double. Major coming up the ladder, and they turn back to check it. The defuse being stuck around the corner, and XCloud can do nothing about it. At least will get away with his life here. And that's unfortunate. 10-3 right now on KRIMZ.
Nice heads-up play from mezii to check for that flank just real quick, realizing that Major, someone might be popping up.
Well, we might need to keep eco watch now that we've got 3 of us here more often than not. So KRIMZ might be 10-3, but 4 of those were eco bashes against no armor. So actually, one of them was, I'll give him 7-3.
Okay.
He can have
He's
7
taking 3 kills off the scoreboard.
Yeah, because of the full, and that'd be great if we could organize that. You know, have it filtered. Maybe we'll get Volvo on the line here. But this is guns.
Oh, they're just going to do a little bit of a delayed set piece. Initial Molotov, counter nades coming out for fnatic. FASHR's got to do a lot. Up top, he's got the first, dropped immediately. And this time, the kill's coming out for Eternal Fire.
Good luck keeping up with that one, Hugo. That was insanely fast coming in from Eternal Fire. nicoodoz locked in at heaven. A little bit of a gap on the edge of the smoke to play with, but it is going to give some time for Eternal Fire to get that bomb back. And with KRIMZ play in the lobby being spotted out by XCloud, nicoodoz has no shot. So he's going to drop back, let this one go. And Eternal Fire speed it up and find themselves a third.
A little stutter step on that hit.
Yeah, right. That molly towards top hut, they still used it, right? Because when you throw it from roof out of spawn, right, on the run, you can see here that the black discoloring on top of hut, it doesn't spread to directly above the door. So you can actually keep a player there, right? And you saw it. That's exactly what happened here. So as you come out, if you come out with a good timing, you know when you're clearing top hut, you can only be in one place.
Yeah.
So that's a good way to use their utility here.
And Amor nearly gets a double because of that. It was just very unlucky not to take FASHR down. So it could have been even more convincing from them.
Okay, third round on the board from Eternal Fire. That's quite nice.
And a gun round.
Yeah, and a gun round.
Which I think is key here.
But
Yeah.
is it done in a sustainable style?
Yeah, I mean, you can come back to that. You can't just rinse and repeat it every single round, but everyone's got an upper bust in their back pocket, and everyone's got an upper bust that has, you can mess with the timings a little bit the way they did as well. So I imagine we'll see that at least once or twice more in this half from Eternal Fire.
I think that save as well, you knew that there was enough cash, right, for fnatic to buy into the next because of the virtue of what you said, Jason. Yeah. 2 rounds in a row where 5 are staying alive. Here's that molly. We can see it one more time. FASHR does get one, but, you know, doesn't have too many places to go and gets traded out. So good stuff there from Calyx. But nicoodoz holding on to the AWP, you know, that's an expensive gun. You know, fortunately they didn't have to rebuy that because they're still making this purchase happen on the fnatic side. A couple towards the bottom of the barrel already. Yeah,
still got some money in the bank, though, with nicoodoz at 3K, mezii at 2K. You can work with that. 4-3. Full utility for Eternal Fire. Let's see what they got this time. That play XANTARES now twice towards Secret hasn't really panned out for them, hasn't got them a whole lot of results. We'll see if eventually he can have some impact.
Let's see where nicoodoz sends this off. Straight away towards the door, it's blown open. No pick coming his way just yet. nicoodoz just making sure no one's crossed to the left side.
Feels like he's going to push something.
Yeah, feels like
it wants to
take this pretty far, doesn't it?
He's got backup as well. He might cover FASHR, who's going to push in.
I like this.
Oh dear.
Could get messy, but could be sick. KRIMZ elsewhere.
Again, through the smoke at ramp. So good stuff from him. Nades at the ready here. mezii is playing at the back of the silo. Imol's got another. It's all right, Hugo.
And here comes nicoodoz up the ladder. He's been all over the show here.
I wonder if that smoke went too deep from nicoodoz, so FASHR had to push in front of it to get a better vision.
It's a good question, yeah, because if he was gray screened, had to do something with it.
Yeah, because I mean that's meant to bait them in to make them think that the push isn't in that door. So that could be interesting. That could be a small miscue that has pretty big consequences. Looks like a late mid-round upper execute in a 4-on-4.
Wow, nicoodoz is going to get mollied out of position here. You could see Magic starting to line it up over towards the roof.
Just a matter of time before that is let to fly, but it comes down to the timing of the tees here. Will nicoodoz be able to get away with anything? Where will he go with this op? Here comes the util. Does get mollied a little further forward now. Oh, under so much pressure, and XANTARES and xFlout get away with 2 kills. It's just down to KRIMZ and Roy.
Should be a save. That
Yeah.
should be it. There's no way to get back into this one.
It's a great round from
And that
Eternal Fire.
util, the util did the job there. Molly top heart as well as Molly backside. There was nothing they could do because I think mezii was top heart in that setup right there. So just the util really doing the work.
Yeah, flushing him into the open to eat that flashbang. nicoodoz had nothing to do. There was absolutely nothing he could have changed in that situation. 4-4, all tied up.
Sounds like golf. 4.
When you were playing, Chad?
I was wondering where you were going
Come on,
with that.
guys. So just so everyone understands the ramifications of this matchup right here, whoever wins will go on to play the winner of G2 MIBR, which is our second game on this Friday, and the loser will go down to a 6th, 7th place decider matchup, so that'll be against the loser of the G2 MIBR game.
Yeah.
Right, so we'll have the 2 losers of today's matches face off tomorrow night at 7:30. One of the hot matches of the week now, considering the form that we've seen out of the teams. Outsiders versus Cloud9 will be going down on Sunday at 4. And we have this whole 8th place decider, which is the last chance bracket.
Yep.
That'll be our first game of tomorrow, EG versus IHC, to see if either of those can run it all the way back into qualification. That was my
Lots of
bracket
action.
report.
I
That's
wouldn't.
the bracket report.
Yeah, that
with
was great.
Chad
We need to
Virtual.
get you in the with one of the little like the intro segment that Trace had.
What did you think of that?
Jingle. That was good. I like the production screens in the back as well.
Yo, Hooksy, can you hear us? If you can hear us, stand up and give me a wave.
He can't.
He can't hear us.
Nope.
Or
he'll
is he
present.
ignoring us?
Yeah, I think
He almost cracked his
He
smile.
might want to come. If he wants to come over here, we do have some mics available. Like, he can come and like jump on one of these bad boys right here.
Yeah, little
He can have a bit
podcast
of a
mics,
chit-chat
have a chat.
if he wants to.
Yep.
Like, it's possible.
Sen God Sent yapsana kapı kır God Sent Molotov ötüstü bura o versiyon.
What's he saying?
Something about a set Molotov
Okay.
There we go. Chad, fluent.
in Turkish, of course.
Well, 4-4, the golf score line, but we enter round 9 with an MP9 still in hands of mezii and FASHR forced onto the FAMAS.
And this is a great couple of pieces from Eternal Fire to grind this economy down as well.
Yep.
They were flush with cash with those flawless victories back to back. Now all of a sudden they're on the verge of getting broken and reset entirely. So Eternal Fire's put themselves in a good position on this T side of Nuke. Now they just have to convert one more in a row.
Well, slowing it down this time.
Well, this is a good decision to slow it down as well and like just throw in these little tidbits of utility because it's going to force out whatever fnatic have in the bottom of the barrel, right? If you're EF, you don't exactly know what type of purchase you're up against here.
Also, if you're fnatic, you're probably a little bit worried about an upper set piece. You're probably dumping a little bit of extra utility as well to slow that down or do a bit more damage if it actually, just in case it's coming in.
Lockers and Heaven combo right there with those 2 pieces of utility. So they might want to either get this secret cross or fight. Ooh, XANTARES didn't make the landing there.
Upper split. Oh, perfectly
XANTARES
defended.
unfortunately gets caught from nicoodoz to the back of the garage. Calyx very quick to get the trade, and the Calyx factor yet again. The double headshot, this one through the smoke, and he'll turn to hell to spot KRIMZ. What a round from Calyx.
Looks like some crisp cream locks right there. What is that?
That's disgusting. Roy's so mad right now. He's so mad he didn't get a chance in that whatsoever.
Oh, okay. mezii
Tinfoil
1 on
hats
4.
just came out everywhere. Calyx has just got people molding with that one. That is just ridiculous. We'll see what mezii's got up his sleeve. 25 seconds it would take.
They're coming at him.
They're actually coming towards his position, but xFlout is ready for him. He's looking at that
no.
position. They will check him in a more. Luckily with the Tech 9. Hits the headshot, brings down mezii, and confirms the round for Eternal Fire.
Well, fnatic are going to have to take an eco.
Yeah.
They're going to have to swallow a little bit of humble pie right now, aren't they? What are we talking here? 3 consecutive. So breaking the streak of 4 of fnatic in a big way. And Eternal Fire really putting them under the pump here, aren't they?
Yeah, I wasn't sure how much of a game we were going to get today, so I was very surprised. Yeah, that's nice. That's just kind of predicting that there might be a player in that position, a popularly played position. Obviously, they had mezii locked in that whole time because I'd known his position earlier for Mini as well, so they had an inkling that he might be in that corner.
You can see Magic there as well, a bit more fired up with that one. He knows that they've broken the economy now, understanding that that round is worth 2, right?
Yeah.
And that's huge, right, in the context of a match like this. If you can keep the opponent, right, even if, you know, now we go into a EF round, they should be converting this. I know they lost one earlier to a pair of Julies. We can maybe forget about that.
Yeah.
But let's say they convert this one, get up to 6-4. fnatic win a round back, but then EF break them again and don't let them save, you know, so you can see how many more rounds you can keep compounding on top of the washing machine.
Well, see if Calyx has any more tricks up his sleeve.
Round 2 of
Yeah,
the
he's going
beating,
to
I
be
think.
following up behind XANTARES, who's got the positioning towards blockers, and he's going to take his time. Major with an opening kill. nicoodoz just dodging bullets behind the smoke. That's going to clear soon. But they've got no position to really put any kind of a stop to this attack.
How many more chances are we giving Hugo before we request Rush back?
I give him the whole half. If he's going to stick around,
You give him a whole half.
I'm going to give him the whole half.
Jason, it's not just us watching this,
We're
right?
2/3 of the way through. Let the man finish.
All right.
Let the man finish.
Fair enough.
I don't know why he'd pick his first map as Nuke.
Yeah, that's kind of a wild thing to do.
You know,
I mean,
maybe warm up on like an Inferno.
he
know
got
what's
offered
happening there.
Vertigo so far, and now he's actually selected Nuke. He's picked literally 2 of the worst
Is
maps
this
to try and
Rush
get
just
involved in.
torturing him, maybe?
Probably. Rush is a little bit evil sometimes.
No, Rush
this is a
a
great
lot
way
of
to
it evil.
This is a great way of Rush selling himself even further, right? It's like, hey, we'll throw Hugo out and show you how good I really am.
Wow, okay, that's a strategy.
He's just sold Hugo.
They're going back to smoke walls outside here. Run boost in play, trying to get him more with the AWP up on the box. And ooh, should be careful here. Roy, very close.
We see the switch up from fnatic often, I feel like, when their CT sides are struggling. It's like they choose to get more aggressive.
This fake hasn't worked. Roy's still outside. Well highlighted here by MC, and they're back to ramp. nicoodoz. Oh, and they're not back in ramp. They're just in lobby. Cancel that. nicoodoz is forward at ramp, however. So
which lets him bolster the upper bomb site with 3 rifles.
Well, nicoodoz, he's going to have to try and deal with this boost coming in. And, oh, he's gone for the shot through just a little bit, poking around the corner, and he goes for the wall bang, takes XANTARES' health down. And they've cancelled the boost, but very lucky not to have lost a player there. Now they're going to get a chance and more. It's FASHR and nicoodoz. A wild decision, Chad, to go for that.
Well, look at this push. So Roy is going to get a lot of info here, but they can't respond to ramp. They are going to have to give it up.
Yeah, but that push from Roy makes it feel even. It makes it feel even worse that nicoodoz went for that extra little peek at the end, right?
Wasn't necessary.
You just
right?
want him to stay alive to keep them in position for Roy's flank. You're also the linchpin of that entire defense because your positioning allows the 3 rifles to stay in the upper bomb site. So this has gone all to hell.
They're getting toyed with right now. So back and forth, just ping-ponging across the map here. If they... Oh, they're very diligent as well. They're so worried.
Is there a world in which Eternal Fire fakes themselves out?
I don't know. Down the vent might be scary.
Here they come. Major is at the front of the pack. Now I'm starting to move in. FASHR swings out. Good positioning for him. Gets a double kill. KRIMZ helps, and I don't know how. I don't know how they've done this. I don't know how they find their way back into this round, but they have. XANTARES have no health. He's just got to run away.
Overthinking things, perhaps.
This is the duality of the way that they're approaching the game, right? So sometimes the KISS method is the better method. That's the keep it simple, stupid. But the way that they've been approaching the game, the util, they're finishing late together, it's been working. So now this time it comes and bites them on the ass, even with fnatic giving up a couple of gimmies with the nicoodoz peak and the Roy push getting caught by mezii there. So yeah, this is a bit of a boo-boo.
Yeah, I mean, if you're fnatic, you gotta love it. Who throws this flashbang? Is that FASHR's flashbang? Yeah, that's an absolutely disgusting setup for yourself.
Yeah, he's been good at getting multi-kills in this series so far. Good to see FASHR's performance elevate, considering he had a bit of a drop-off at Katowice, but he's coming back to his form. 6-5, Eternal Fire still got money in the bank, still got a very good buy.
A run boost again here.
Gamora loves to just use his movement to get himself in these early positions with the AWP, trying to get a kill before the smokes pop, but hasn't managed to get it.
Roy only 1 kill so far, and playing an impactful role. If he steps up here, could make things awkward.
Here goes FASHR. He's pushed into hot.
I don't think we've seen Eternal Fire actually use these outside smokes outside of a fake, outside of just getting 1 player in position. They haven't actually brought numbers into secret.
Yeah, that's true. So maybe it could be coming in later, but we're running out of rounds here. Round 12 already.
Max Floud Just waiting at the doorway. FASHR is still pushed up in hut, so he's gathering a lot of info, just holding this position.
Running out of utility, though. I mean, they still have enough for an upper exec, but a whole lot.
Yeah, they've gone for a lot of those, and when you don't have a lot of util, maybe that's the only option left to you, especially with no outside controls. So they're coming back. Gonna start setting up for this top side push.
Oh, fnatic's setting up for the top side push as well, though.
Yeah, they're ready. They know that they've suffocated them into this play.
So this is a fake here. It's going to be ramp.
They're going to come back to KRIMZ. And for A4, here comes the boost over the top. They tried it last round. Didn't get a kill from it this time either, but some damage deployed. But it's all about the bed in switch. nicoodoz in the corner, gets away with a double. Bomb is loose on the ground, and KRIMZ will help close with FASHR. 6-6, all tied up.
And an AWP brought over here to give to nicoodoz. So he wouldn't have been able to get that other than a glass cannon. That's going to be quite a nice little feature to have here going into the last 3 rounds of the first half.
That's a good read from fnatic, though, but also, I mean, good job maintaining information outside. I mean, they know it's clear at a certain point, so you put a third player in upper.
Happy with that one. He was happy with that one.
Oh, no, he's been evicted.
Oh, okay.
Rush has had enough.
I'm sorry, Hugo. I wanted you to do all 15, but it's nice to have Rush back.
Sorry about that, everyone. I'm really sorry. He just came over and he just kept saying stuff, and I believed him. What has he done to my chair? I don't know.
What has he
done to your chair?
It's all like leaned back.
You fix that.
That's
yeah,
not
I think
ideal.
we'll be all right. We'll be all right. Anyway,
What'd you
sorry
do?
about
What'd you do with your break? You had some food? You go to take a
I
bathroom
did drink
break?
coffee. That's about it.
Okay.
So if you miss a single kill now, what happens?
I'm wired. There's no way. There's no way. All right, let's go.
All right, let's go, Rush. Back into it. Round 13. Goodbye for both teams. Eternal Fire feel like they probably should have squeezed a few out here. There's definitely been a lot of opportunities to get some more rounds on the board.
They're still not doing anything with the outside wall again.
It's kind of strange.
They've used 4 smokes yard.
I wonder if fnatic just like know that from some
KRIMZ
research.
is on B.
Yeah, fine. You'd expect something.
But look at this walkthrough. Oh, nicoodoz might be in trouble if he shifts over. You won't expect mezii to be here.
nicoodoz goes forward, doesn't get a kill, and we'll start to drop back. So there is an opening down into the B bomb site now for Eternal Fire. KRIMZ is down here on the site. He's this position strongly for one. His teammates are all rotated down, and they all line up. fnatic make the right rotation, the right call again. They're inside Eternal Fire's head at the moment.
I feel as soon as they take XANTARES down outside, knowing he's the individual to take the space, the reaction is, okay, well, that's probably it. And they were right. Now, you mentioned this earlier, Jason, when Dinko was asking about that top hit. Yeah, it might come into play a little bit later in the piece.
This is
we're getting into that territory here. So like a half buy with the util to do that top hit, the loss bonus 2,900 into the next. Oh, okay.
It's a late call at a spawn at a freeze time. They've bought those up late.
But this is it. Like the way that mezii is doing this is he is managing a lot of the team. So it's almost like herding cats.
Yeah. Well, they've also just used all the utility they brought into the round, so you have to do something while these smokes are up. Yeah, that means absolutely nothing. Nobody's home.
Oh dear. Okay.
But at least this time it's only KRIMZ in ramp room.
Only.
He has had a great game.
Well, FASHR goes back into hut. I mean, the conditioning is a term we throw around a lot. We haven't seen a whole lot of it in this game. You know, it's just been, usually you have to try and send a few players down with a smoke wall and set that precedent early that, okay, we're actually going to use these, but the issue is Eternal Fire have not been doing that. fnatic do not need to fight, so when you do try and fight the ramp, you still got to deal with double setups. And now even 3 players here. It's just unfortunate to watch.
That's going to feel nice. Half one now for fnatic here. Likely to see them get up to this 9. With that loss bonus, we prefaced Eternal Fire will be able to get a buy together, but Paws and Taras will just be operating with an AK and head armor.
This is the time where I think you go back to that upper exec for your Eternal Fire, or you go to what you haven't done yet, which is send a few more bodies towards Secret and see if you can actually create something in that position of the
throw
map.
all the smokes and then run behind the smokes.
Something you haven't done or something that's worked in the past.
All right, well, it could be either or none of the above.
Yeah.
Let's find out. After a quick commercial... No, we're not going anywhere, guys. It's the last round. It's the last round. Here we go. Using the smokes. Using the smokes.
Oh, XANTARES is running over the top of main too. It's a little bit of a change-up. They're going into the site. Here they come. mezii with a first headshot and more back into a nice double. And Roy's turn from main. It's just one back here as we enter the 3v3. And they're turning their tails right now. Eternal Fire heading back towards ramp. And there's no one here.
No one home. nicoodoz is going to hear a little late. He's going to take a deep angle. Flashbang is dodged. How wide does he want to swing? How much does he want to challenge? He almost had it. Calling it out, and one's already down low. That's Roy.
Oh, he gets beyond the Molotov, but it still tags him and makes the sound cue, and now they absolutely know where he is, but it doesn't matter because nicoodoz is helping him. Calyx turns back, xFlow chimes in, and suddenly it is all on KRIMZ. And he has had a great half of Counter-Strike here. What a way to end this first half it would be. A 1 versus 2. He's brought it down to just 1 more. And KRIMZ continues to reign as king. It's time for a break, but we'll be right back for the second half.
Time judging myself, life gets ugly, but I got a paintbrush and paint a pretty smile on myself. Mouth stay shut even when I need help. In too deep in the water, Mike Phelps. Swimming lessons, I still got many unanswered questions. Sick of the anger, sick of depression. Wanna be great, count your blessings. Just give me my salad, you keep the dressing. Cause I'm cream of the crop. He paid the price, I'm worth a lot. He told me go, why would I stop? Rest on my thoughts, jump off the tire rope. D'Lo Brown with the frog splash. Leaps of faith, what I call that. If you hit my line for the old me, when I hang up on you, don't call back. I ain't gonna block my blessings, I'd rather block your number. Life taught me so many lessons, Been down bad, never under. That's breath in my lungs. Some people die young, where I come from. Woke up and gave thanks to Father and Son. Filled with the Spirit, I shine like the sun. Ghost in me, but I ain't haunted. Bad vibes, keep them, don't want it. Pride hard to swallow, doggone it. And you were really never my opponent. I'm fighting evil, man, they hearts black. They wanted my life, told them back. Got an itch for sin, can't scratch that. Keep the truth loaded in the black gap. Just know if I said it, I'm in it, and they gon' take it back. Learn the game brighter than my granddaddy's Cadillac. Young man, old song, imagine that. Ain't in my control, gotta pray, let them handle that. God hit my line, get me to play. Roger that, gang torn, alright, you hate like a running back. If you ain't catch everything I said, better run it back. Eating up this beat, break bread, where your sandwich at, y'all? Thought I was done? No, this beat ain't like Kobe, I'm too full. My God, sicko mode, he too cold. I'm skating on beats, frozen with the flow. I've been going hard in the paint. I've been in the gym every day. Whole lot of wins on the way. Bossed up, feeling like I can't lose. Pulling up and don't hesitate. Gotta make a move, make a play. We don't fall off, levitate. Bossed up, feeling like I can't lose.
I can't lose. Higher power, make sure that couldn't happen. Flashing the way I flick the wrist, you think I broke it on the basket. Ask them, they'll tell you I sent that boy home on a mattress. Pass it if you can't clutch, I rev up and catch it. Like how I slid on out, cause he was acting savage. Talking about, let's see how you starring films with action. Or I'll put cheese on your plate and let them wolves get action. You can't stop me in the paint, I got too many badges, boy. If you afraid of fire, then stop like matches. Put that heat up on your chest and colorize with passion. She in love with how my diamonds look, they gotta dance. No, I can't never lose, I'll put my team up in that man. Yeah.
I've been going hard in the paint. I've been in the gym every day. Whole lot of wins on the way. Bossed up, feeling like I can't lose. Pulling up and don't hesitate. Gotta make a move, make a play. We don't fall off, levitate. Bossed up, feeling like I can't lose.
I've been running up the play through the back door. Feel like shit when he snapping, broke the backboard. Work hard, play hard, yeah, we been there. I was down for a minute, get my leg back. Give me the game, I got plenty, give me a wave. Triple the stakes, told him I don't never play. I mean, Rude Chris, told him
A competitive first half leaves us looking at a scoreline of 9-6. What did you make of that first half, Chad?
Yeah, a pretty competitive one there. I think it was interesting to see Eternal Fire throwing those yard smokes. We highlighted an awful lot, and that wasn't part of their game plan, right? I wouldn't say it came back to bite them in the ass. That was just the way that they chose to approach this. I think early on as well, they slipped on that banana peel and lost to that lighter purchase, right, where the Julies that were sold on over. So that did come back to impact them a little bit here. But as mentioned at the start of this, fnatic still the favorites, right? Eternal Fire have been playing a lot of Counter-Strike. They've been looking good, but fnatic are the favorites here.
Tell you what, if it wasn't for KRIMZ in that first half, though, Eternal Fire might have a really good standing moving into coming out of halftime.
That's true. That's absolutely true. It's incredible. XANTARES is going to hear all the steps, though, and mezii just domes him as soon as he peeks around the corner. It's been another rough day at the office here for XANTARES.
That's bomb and lobby.
And it is back and forth in the lobby right now. Roy's trying to come over to help out, too. He's rapping from heaven, trying to get back, but it is all about this battle in lobby right now. FASHR starting to come back, realizing he has more help arriving.
That's painful because the players are so low. FASHR's gushed 2 of them. Now the bomb's been recovered. Oh, this is dangerous, Major. I don't think he wants this fight. Split 1v1 duels at the moment. Into the bomb site and back in T-lobby.
Yeah, the problem is for Eternal Fire, both of their remaining players are so low on health, so just one bullet from these Glocks to the chest should be able to bring them down. And right now, Major, he's just letting them slink back into the site. Find some time, allowing the reposition, but XCloud's going to be caught. And now Major comes through the doorway. Just a matter of time, it feels like, until this round goes to fnatic, and we look at 10-6.
Yeah, he slipped the net, but obviously no HP and no resources to actually stick this defuse in any meaningful way. Major going to try and find an escape route. Roy's waiting for him. Roy goes down, but you'll never expect this position. FASHR was the one he was fighting in lobby earlier, and now it's an easy kill right at the end, 10-6.
That's one of the only rounds I've seen in a long time where Eternal Fire have him more on some Joe Berettas, and he doesn't manage to get a multi-kill out of it. So, but unfortunately, it looks like we've got some sort of issue here for Roy. Hopefully we get that one resolved as quickly as possible and get this one back on the road. Tech issue for fnatic, but this was the shot from mezii that cracked things open. XANTARES just has a little peek out, just has a little look for info, immediately dead. And I've got to feel bad for XANTARES. I don't know if you've seen the amount of nade kills, Jason, that were going on against him at Overpass, but it was just artillery strikes, just time and time again finding him.
One of those rough games.
Yeah, just one of those absolutely brutal games
where you feel like you can't.
Anything.
Yeah, you feel like you can't get involved in the action.
Yeah, happens again here. And I mean, given the fact that he is the solo player outside on their T side a lot of the time.
That's a very bright keyboard.
Oh,
you don't like the RGBs?
I'm not into that.
No,
that's not my thing.
No, I have it so like when I press a key, it'll
light up.
Yeah, you know, you can play.
Does that
around
help
with
you
it.
in any way, or is it just mentally kind of a cool feature?
I'm just trying to stay young.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
RGB makes you a better gamer.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. How do you feel about 3 MAC-10s and AK-47? Make it 4 MAC-10s and an AK-47.
Wow, I'm actually surprised.
This has to be A.
I'm surprised in this day and age to see that many MAC-10s. A or outside, right? The only places you can really make that work with the smoke wall.
If they don't get the space, they're going to have some questions. Lads, the smoke's not up yet. The smoke's not up yet, lads. Careful now.
Well, at least Eternal Fire know fnatic will be playing with the smokes.
Trade those weapons. There it is.
There's a player coming up secret right now. Major's coming up. Will he get anything? The MP9 catches mezii looking the wrong way. Nice quick trade there from Roy.
Very important trade from Roy. Oh, he has no idea where that AK-47's gone either. That's painful. No, it's back in the hands of nicoodoz. Excuse me. So 10-6, 4-on-4, secret control for fnatic, and in a 1-for-1 trade, that's huge. Look at what it's forced. It's forced XCloud to drop down into the lower bomb site, weaken the defenses elsewhere.
The thing with the rotation here is Zemmour isn't going to be able to find any tags with the scout here, or it's less than likely. Like, he's not in a position to rotate. He's just at, well, he is in a position to rotate. He's not rotating around right now, right? He's not active, and what you'd like is your scout to keep chipping away. And that's not possible here. So as they've totaled up into this setup, the time's starting to become the biggest enemy for fnatic. This could be a bit of an oopsie for them. Yeah,
there's still a little spread. 1 secret, 1 lobby, 2 outside. I mean, you can combine this a number of different places if you want to work with KRIMZ, although he's rotating back around outside as well. So that's going to chew more time off the clock. And you just got to take that risk that nobody's peeking outside. But this is a strong defense.
Yeah, and the pivot would have to be like vent to top, but they don't have anybody in squeaky room. I think that's just being cleared out right now by Calyx. So they have to finish B. That's their only option, and everybody's rotated down.
Set up that deep pop flash.
Dear.
Set up that deep pop flash.
Oh. XCloud gets away with a first. Luckily, the trade comes in, but they're not ready for XANTARES, but they did close the door quite quickly. But he's going to swing it open. He does get one. Doesn't deny the plant, but that's a more with a wall bang. What? Stops it. No more time. Okay. That's ridiculous. Don't see that often.
The wall bang?
Yeah, I didn't know the scout could do that.
I didn't really know you could just shoot right through the metal like that.
It must have been through like a thin side of it with the curvature.
Yeah, it must have been on the edge.
I don't know. I wasn't looking at his little dot on the radar, if I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if we can catch that one. I'm going to say probably not. It seemed like a bit of a miracle frag right there. But either way, yeah, time, the biggest issue, right?
Here it is. Look,
okay.
just for the edge.
So
Okay.
it's not that crazy.
Nothing
right?
groundbreaking. Yeah, Rush.
I thought it was
believe
more
it. What's
crazy.
happened?
Shut up, Rush, man.
Yeah, go back.
Yeah,
Turn off your mic.
It felt way cooler when we
We'll
didn't
let Hugo
see the
back.
kill.
Right, yeah, let's pretend we didn't. Wow, he shot him straight through the silo.
That's crazy.
Magic bullet. I think that's a different product.
That is.
My bad, guys.
There's a lot of ways you could take with Magic Bullet.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, the blender, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nutritious.
Roy outside. Tapping away is XANTARES. And again, fnatic going to set up this smoke wall. A couple are trying to cross, and Emor goes through the silo incredibly in the previous round.
Through the smoke.
That was crazy.
That was nuts. Clip it,
He's got
clip it.
Superman vision.
Clip it.
Well, XANTARES has got 2 through the smoke as well. And now XCloud on the ramp. Here comes KRIMZ. And XCloud takes him down with a FAMAS. Just all FASHR left. And 1 versus 5.
They've spooned this one, haven't they, fnatic, right? It was meant to be a bit of a runway here up to 12, and now the fact they lost to the 4-spy, they formed for a 4-spy of their own. They're going to lose everything. If FASHR doesn't even know where he's getting shot from, I bet it was through the silo. And now it has to be the FICO, which is not the player from OG, but the full eco.
That's a good one, Chad.
Thanks.
Okay.
I've been
Did enjoy
working on
that
that one. Been working on that one all week.
Oh, that one was the same thing. It wasn't even really through the smoke.
I've just
You can see
realized
over the top.
the kill
What
feed.
is this?
The kill feed with the more is just BS. It's just never right.
Oh dear. This is a 1-round gap, boys.
I don't feel really good about how Fnatic's opened this half. Well, I guess it would just be the second round with the 4 Mac 10s.
The second round,
Yeah.
and the third round. It wasn't.
Oh, that was by no fault of their own, right? They got wrecked through a smoke.
Yeah.
And a silo.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Let's leave it at that, shall we?
This is about to be a massacre. XCloud just holding down 3 kills. He only gets away with all 5 there quite quickly on the FAMAS. Would have put himself in quite the exclusive club with a FAMAS ace.
Now let's see what type of guy Moore is here. He's got 6.4. He could upgrade to the AWP, or is he a bit more conservative? You know, does he like to hold on to the scout?
Hey, surely you upgrade in this
He's
situation.
keeping it. He's 100%.
Surely you upgrade.
Oh, he's keeping it.
Away to the wayside, and then rushed in bathrooms with it and lost it. So we'll see what he does with it this time
Okay,
around.
so you've prefaced this that he's not going to have much success. Let's hope that he does. Yeah, let's hope that he does here.
9-10 in map 3, Chad. Are you upgrading that scout?
Well, look, let's talk about the ramifications if they lose this round, and then I'll give you an answer.
Okay. Well, if they lose the rounds and he has his upgrade, he's spent a lot of money. Not going to have a lot left in the bank, but he's going to have a chance here with the off.
Here he goes. The
Again,
magic
right
bullet.
through the edge of the box.
Well, through walls, through smokes. Is he going to get any clean kills, guys?
Nah, he's
Dan
grimy.
M, someone check this guy's PC.
Check him, PC.
Well, they're across. They've got
They
two
have,
bodies
actually.
down. Number disadvantage.
XANTARES is coming over here.
He hasn't had a great showing either, but if he activates on the CT side, which is where I expect him to do some of his better work, and they've even given him an AK-47 here for good luck.
Good defensive smoke as well to slow things down, shoot more time off of the round clock.
Yeah, he's just going to give himself a better position here on the stairs this time around, XANTARES. Smoke will eventually fade away. fnatic will start to come in towards him. And this is where I should expect XANTARES to snap up a few headshots, but he's going to pull back.
That's a bomb on FASHR. If he challenges this alone and loses it, that's a ton of trouble. I guess they're trying to wait and see if they can split up the vents towards the upper row. KRIMZ is coming down. There's the bomb.
Ooh. XANTARES now has a chance to get a second kill from this, and nicoodoz walks down the stairs, still trying to fight him. KRIMZ coming back in, but he gets caught by XCloud. And luckily, nicoodoz does take XANTARES down and regains access to the bomb, but they're at a 2 versus 3 point with 20 seconds left.
Yeah, but how's he going to connect with mezii? Mezii's like basically out of this round.
This is not looking good at all here. This main player, Magic, should have won this. Just positioning alone.
Yeah, well, look at the time. You just got to rush now. You just got to absolutely sprint to the site, and, well, you take a fight. Is there enough time? There will be for nicoodoz.
Ooh, that second hop.
The B-hop. Oh, it does just get it down just in time. But even now, there's still the vent player to worry about and Heaven. But nicoodoz has got himself into the best position possible to him.
They have to know where he's gone, though. 100%.
That's the only way he can actually win this. So he's gone around towards Squeaky. They're getting on the defuse right away, holding it through. nicoodoz peeks around the corner, but it's not planted for him. And that defuse will come through, and Eternal Fire can celebrate.
Whoa, okay. This is...
Tied up.
Yeah, and this is some of the Fnatic games I watch. It just feels like they do so much stuff alone, right? You
Yeah.
highlighted the fact that FASHR was on his... If he doesn't get that kill, right, then they're in so much trouble. So the fact that they even got the bomb down, great. We might see another attempted buy or a half buy here. And we did see a more finding impact on the AWP. So, yeah, Jason, I would have upgraded the Scout into the AWP if it was me, actually.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
They even able to recover it at the end of the day also, XCloud. Well done.
Well, this is the third timeout here for Fnatic, and there's probably a lot of conversations to be had because the second round of the game and now their first gun round have both looked a little bit rough around the edges,
Sketchy,
haven't they?
it? Yeah.
Haven't done much selling here as far as this T side is concerned just yet. I know it's early days, but it hasn't looked comprehensive. It hasn't looked put together.
Problem too, when you think about it as well, the guy who's kind of had the hot hand for Fnatic in the first half, it was KRIMZ, but he obviously plays a way more passive role on their T sides. He kind of chills. He's not the guy who's instigating the action and taking the space. He's kind of the guy taking advantage of the space that's been gained, and so far hasn't been able to get involved in a way he'd like. So pistols, MAC-10, and a single AK-47 for Fnatic.
Oh, XANTARES looking to try and fight outside early on. Doesn't really get his opportunity.
Fast cross to Secret. Roy's tagged down to 40.
Fnatic gonna walk with these smokes. They get the majority of their forces down here already.
No one's rotated for Eternal Fire. They're like calling a bluff.
I think one of the keys here, though, is Amor's AWP can drop down, so he can actually take some of these more longer range fights. But if they're not quick about this, XANTARES is addressing it. They can keep this two-man setup up towards, well, we'd call it Megaton, but ramp. The decon smoke. As soon as there's any noise, XANTARES will call for this crossfire, right? You can see him wanting to burrow in a little bit deeper.
He might not have time to wait for reinforcements, though. He might call for it, but he's going to get dropped before anyone's able to chime in. One flashbang, a single flashbang on Fnatic.
Well, XANTARES usually a player he would want in this position, but has been quiet, so we'll see how many kills he can get from this because they are going to pressure him from multiple sides, and he's under so much pressure he might not get anything, and he won't. The Tech-9 just taps away at his head, and Amor, don't need your teammate. He gets out of there, but luckily the rest are sweeping things up.
I can't believe how much space Fnatic just got that round for free. 2 quick kills back for Eternal Fire. Calyx chiming in, and no weapons recovered yet for Fnatic.
Look at KRIMZ coming around the back. Calyx has to turn, closes the door on him, but he has given KRIMZ a weapon to play with. Doesn't even matter. And now they actually have to think about KRIMZ. The more turns. I thought that position was about to be massive for him. Major on the defuse, and Eternal Fire around, plucked away yet again from Fnatic.
You could see where that one all went wrong. KRIMZ opened the door to try and deal with the diffuse backside because that's what was calm, but mezii got that kill, so he swings open the door. The door's now wide open. They know exactly where he is. He runs out to, well, I've given up my position. I better do something. He dies. Round falls apart. And for Fnatic, that one's going to hurt because I know it was a lighter investment there, but it felt like they should have been winning that.
Felt like they put themselves up on a platform to send that one home, but just unfortunate when it comes down to the chaotic situation. Just a few misplays, and here we are, 11-10.
5 straight for Eternal Fire to take this lead. Absolutely crazy. Fast pace from Fnatic. KRIMZ out in the smoke. Oh,
yeah!
That's a stunning double.
That's what you like to see. KRIMZ getting aggressive.
He's having a great game, isn't he? 22 kills in total here, just continuing to bop.
I'll see if Eternal Fire can get back into this.
They should save
They
this.
should definitely save.
100%.
Well, you think about the casualties they just took in the previous round. They had a nice little nest egg going, right?
Yeah.
Now they had to reinvest a lot in this round, and then the next is it's all over. 22 done. We'll call it legs 11 here. That was great from KRIMZ. Yeah, maybe he will have to do everything, Jason.
Yeah, it might have to. He even ate an 8 before he gets activated out of that smoke. That's a freakish. I mean, that first shot is awesome. It is awesome.
Gnarly.
A one-man army KRIMZ.
Okay, well, this one is going to heat up here. And it's surprising to see a more direct round come in like that when nicoodoz had an AWP. I thought we'd see something a bit more default-centric, or they'd maybe try and set him up for a ramp pick with that boost that we traditionally see these days, but they just went straight into the top play.
You know, they might have felt kind of similar to what we were saying, where those rounds where they're slow playing it and kind of progressing down Secret feels grimy, so mezii's just like, you know, let's take some decision-making away. Let's just get a nice execute, let's get a nice set piece, let's just get one round on the board, and maybe we go back to it a little bit later, but let's just hit a bomb site where everyone knows what their specific role is.
Curious if this is a point in the game where Eternal Fire want to take a timeout just to cool things down, because if they go into this one and they lose everything and they're not able to save, it's Fnatic's cue to get back into the game, and loss bonus for Eternal Fire going into the next is only 1900. So finances can become an issue in a big way very quickly.
Yeah, those are going to be some big economic decisions down the stretch at 11-11.
Look at this. Look at this.
Shoot through the wall.
This is the kind of move he loves to go for, but the barrel is long. Given the angle from KRIMZ, you would see Amor if he continues to slow peek around here. So he's aware that he just has to hold this position, and Amor is going to get away with it.
It's so cheeky,
it
right?
is.
Because KRIMZ is dealing with Hart, but obviously he's not going to stand in the most common line, and now XFloud on his own here. Might need a double.
He's just going to hold and nearly gets away with two, but just the one for XFloud.
Has to be B.
Oh, and Moore runs right back down the vent, right into Roy, and suddenly the numbers are evened out.
Somebody missed a detail somewhere. Moore did. Well, he wasn't even considering the fact that someone could have been down secret.
Do they go for the save, though? Bomb's going to get planted. 40 seconds thrust on the clock any moment here. FASHR is putting those digits in. If they don't find a frag, if they lose another name here, they might have to save.
Oh, what a shot from nicoodoz. Not an easy angle to hit that kind of shot with the AWP, but that is precise.
They're really going for this.
They are sending it back in here. No kit on either of the two remaining players here, but they're going to try and slither their way back in. Now he's got to call for the save. Get away, get away.
I heard nicoodoz screaming as well there. I think he must have caught the tip of Madge's head on one of these little inquisitive jumps over towards this, because I was just heard secret, secret, secret just getting yelled from the other side of the room right there. So pedantic communication, but key, because we could see with the X-ray Roy in the vent had his back turned and maybe there was a gap exploitable there. So there it is, fnatic will be able to string two together right now on this T side. As I said, XFloud probably needed the double, but I didn't see this coming. So Roy's quietly made that secret pass.
Yeah, there's that jump. There's that jump.
That's awesome.
Nice little detail there.
Well, I'll tell you what's even worse. I mean, saving those weapons is so important. Amor is going to be able to afford another AWP, but you're now at that point if you're Eternal Fire where if your economy gets broken at this stage of the game, it's real painful. You're really scrambling to even stay in the fight whatsoever. So timeout use, second one to talk things over and figure out how they can handle this attack.
If he goes AWP Kevlar, he can only get a little bit of util and then he's out of cash, right? So it's going to be a rough one. As I mentioned, maybe the timeout in the previous round could have helped them out a bit more with how they wanted to handle that one. But regardless, this is the position they find themselves in. You can see the coaches both having a bit of a chit-chat here. It's crazy. Like that kill from Roy, he only has 9. But that could be one of the more impactful kills when you put it in the context of this stretch to get the 16.
Yeah. I would go back and maybe one after this and see where Eternal Fire was positioned for Amor to be. I don't know if it was just so confident or he just kind of lost focus for a second to think that that was impossible for someone to be in secret.
Well, I think the thing for him is because he got the kill in Hut, the question is, how do you get out? Do I go back through main and Braveyard? Do I drop down Ven or do I keep pushing? Well, none of the options were great, were they?
Yeah.
Late smoke wall yard here. You can see FASHR and mezii still in spawn, well highlighted there. Oh, XANTARES, he sees this one coming.
He's watching the silo for a peek and he'll use the timing of the smokes to get himself towards the top of secret.
I do like this, so at least they're going to keep the information that nobody's down secret.
Yeah. It does force Calyx to pay attention towards midi.
But this is the rounds that fnatic had a harder time when they were a bit more spread. So I know we still have 1:15 at this juncture to go here, but they're not really getting up to an awful lot.
They can still just fall back into an exec, right? Like they can still kind of back off all this. What they don't know, obviously, is that with this position from XANTARES that they haven't seen yet, they don't realize the information that Eternal Fire have, that everything's cool outside. Although a little bit of a risk in this defense. No one's actually really watching for the wrap all the way around.
Yeah, that will have some questions, but I suppose they're just going to call the bluff here. Getting active now is Calyx. Is he going to push or is he just going to take a passive stance? They will have to take some space, right? Because what you've just mentioned, the traditional protocol, if you lose Heaven, is start to creep in the lobby.
Oh, Amor is primed and ready. There's the first player to bid out the shot. Putting pressure now onto the ramp player. Amor will reluctantly fall back, but now Roy starts to activate. Does XANTARES leave the position at the right time? Roy looked back towards Secret, catches him, and now this is the sign to go for fnatic. They're starting to barrel into this upper bomb site, and Calyx looks to hold. It's one kill from top hut. XFloud chimes in too with an execution. And fnatic battling back, but how was Calyx allowed to get away with more? And luckily, fnatic stabilize.
That one again. So just happy to let the seeds of doubt start to stew in that Eternal Fire camp. XANTARES thinks he has the better timing on that. Looking somewhat dejected there as Amor because they've just had that realization that they're out of cash money. So fnatic should be getting themselves up to 14 here with somewhat ease.
Yeah, this is 2 huge individual kills that Roy's had in the past 2 rounds as well. The one on Nimue rotating through vents, and now this one onto XANTARES coming from Secret to try and get involved in towards mini. Not a bad defense in the upper bomb set, all things considered, for Eternal Fire.
Look how quick this outside smoke play is. They're running straight down Secret with everything.
Yeah, I want to avoid getting tagged up by scouts. Oh, okay. Well, it worked.
It did work.
Didn't have to. It doesn't matter how you get there, just as long as you get there.
Where that other? Yeah, that someone missed the call because there was all the smoke set up for a wall except for that one. All good.
Yeah.
They made it down.
Yeah.
Nobody has to get in trouble yet.
Or maybe they're like, nah, we wanted to peek over the flames of the Molotov.
Yeah, perhaps.
Well, they know it has to be B now. Magic's got something. We got Hugo back on the 1s and 2s.
Ooh, nice shot. Nice follow-up.
Even better though. nicoodoz coming in. KRIMZ with them, and a quick shot reacts to the sound cue. And 14 for fnatic. 2 away from closing this.
Well, you win this, you basically win the game, right? Like at this point, they're going to fully invest here.
Another timeout to Shirley from Eternal Fire.
Yeah, bang on there. So I know it will be max loss bonus into what could potentially be the last round to play here, but we know that's not quite enough if you're at the bottom of the barrel of your finances here, but it's felt like a good game from Eternal Fire up until this last spree. This is where fnatic have really made the difference.
It feels like there's been a decent adaptation from fnatic, where the early one was like kind of those individual moving around the map was really not working all that well. Even when they're kind of slow playing things, fnatic's playing a pretty grouped up style all of a sudden. This is what, 3-4 people down in Secret as well. They've done a couple of those upper pieces with just 1 lurker, so they've kind of taken some of the individuality out of the fnatic attack, and it's got them to 14. 25 on KRIMZ, 22 on nicoodoz.
No diffuse kit in play here for round number 26, so more problems if the bomb goes down for Eternal Fire. I think that might seal the deal on them going for a retake.
First couple of smokes are out. That's going to get nicoodoz behind red. He's got a lot of teammates behind him here too. There goes another smoke wall out. They're going to wait patiently. That was the chance for nicoodoz to open it up, but luckily doesn't go down, doesn't get the kill, but fnatic start to move forward. Major through the smoke opens things up. An advantage at least to play with here for Eternal Fire.
That is huge right now because you can see fnatic, nobody else wants to try and brave that cross, and that entire strategy was get nicoodoz quickly behind red, make sure nobody could peek warehouse, and then just get through behind that smoke wall. But not to be the case, and now some issues here. So imagine with that opening, maybe setting his team up for some success.
FASHR, just waiting. Mezii's going to start moving up outside. It's a tough angle to deal with, hard to spot.
Oh, XANTARES' timing today has just been so unlucky.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's just worked out perfectly for fnatic. They get through FASHR with 2 headshots.
Why did he look away?
I think because there's no one in ramp room. I think they left ramp room. They had no defender there, so he's worried about them wrapping underneath heaven as well, or wrapping behind his position.
Wasn't there someone at ramp? I swear there was. They just came quickly back around hell and just got flatlined. They had a number advantage.
I'm pretty sure I don't...
Can we watch that one back, DJ? And I don't mean Prius. I mean like the Mr. Producer man. Can we maybe get that scenario back? Because
yeah, I
swear on the X-ray there was a player in somewhat that direction, wasn't there?
Oh man, late in the game, pressure's on, and there's some heavy miscues from Eternal Fire.
XANTARES just is being so unlucky today, but yeah, the decision to come back, if there wasn't a player, or if there was a player on ramp rather, it's kind of strange to see that one happen, but sure, FASHR gets this opportunity because of that, and he doesn't let it slip.
That's going to be frustrating if you're Calyx. The first one he's taken down way back up in rafters because you're hearing from your teammate, I can spot mini, I can let you know if they're coming in, and all of a sudden you just get deleted without ever expecting it.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go and check that one out. Yeah, anyway, I guess no point getting bogged down now. fnatic take
I only say that
timeout.
I only say that because I looked at the mini-map right after he went down, and there was no one in ramp room, so maybe they had just quick on the rotate, but that's the only thing I can think of why you'd ever turn your head.
I don't know, I swear I saw a player running back. Like when he took contact, maybe, I don't know, maybe I didn't. Doesn't matter. It's a mystery we'll never know the answer to.
Well, you said that round, the winner of that round, rather, Chad, would likely be the victor of this series. Well, Eternal Fire have come to battle in round 27 with a mismatch bye. They've got FAMAS out on 2 players.
I like
a couple of M4s and a quick call from fnatic. Just dive towards the vent.
Diving down. They're already going to beat the defense, the rotation. Once again, over towards the ramp room. Major's a little bit late arriving, and he might be getting stuck in no man's land. He's got to be very careful. Walking forward and realizes the danger. Backs away, and he's got to give up the plant.
One way here. Can't step wide. They're using the lip of the Tetris box there. Well timed on the flames here. 5-on-5 retake. No kit in play.
Roy starting to move a little bit closer up the ramp. In the meantime, KRIMZ opens and closes the double doors and enters a duel with XANTARES. But fnatic realize they aren't the ones that really need to fight here. They can just buy some time, lay in wait, lay some traps, and XANTARES hits a headshot. Is this finally the round where he's going to activate? Roy, though, he's stepped up in this second half. Found some real impact to send this one home. It looks like fnatic have got this one locked in. Mezii's the player to close it. A 16-11 victory coming in for fnatic. Pretty happy with that performance, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think happy with the way they recovered from what seemed like it was going to be a slow start to the second half. But I mean, regardless, you're going to be very pleased with the team that they managed to keep it together and find the solution. So fnatic get another win, and Eternal Fire are going to drop down in the brackets. And we'll be right back with the ESL Pro League.
I think we're getting an interview, aren't we, Jason?
Are we?
Yeah, we're going to get an interview
Oh, yeah,
here.
we do
So
go, yeah.
we got the Death standing by. We got Stunner, Hugo, and of course, Yanko.
Yes, Jason is...